Hi everyone, I'm Fox 19 Now, First Alert Meteorologist Anna DuVall here with your forecast update. We're going to start off today's stream with our weather headlines here. Hot and humid weekend ahead, triple-digit heat index values over the next couple of days. And then we have some storm chances increasing into the middle part of the week. And then we have relief on the way, thankfully, because again, triple-digit heat index values over the next couple of days. So this is the weather headlines for us. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside of what's going on. Everyone's staying dry right now. No rain across the area. We had a few storms that were over near Indianapolis there. Those have since weakened and dissipated through the area. This is what it looks like outside right now. It's kind of hard to see. I can take it just in this little toolbox here, make it a little bit easier to see. I guess it kind of looks pretty hazy out there this morning. It's very hot, 82 degrees already. It's 10 a.m., sorry. So it's already warming up pretty quickly out there. So it's going to continue to heat up. Like I said, triple-digit heat index values. Saturday, Sunday, this is what it's looking like. Almost copy and paste like conditions. 93 degrees today for your high. We have that steamy sunshine out there. Just a few chances of a stray shower or two. Most people staying dry throughout the day today. Then as we move into Sunday, we have a few more storm chances. Those are mainly concentrated to the early morning hours until about lunchtime, and then those start moving out of the way. 92 degrees for our high for tomorrow, but it's going to feel a whole lot warmer than that. We're going to be feeling like those triple-digit heat index values here. But like I said, we do have a few storm chances tomorrow. So you can see in our more northwestern counties here in this darker green color, this is what we're looking at for our 1 out of 5 marginal risk for severe weather tomorrow. So you're going to see this on our futurecast here, but those stronger storms will move into these areas and then weaken as it moves to the south and east there. So let's go ahead and show you what that looks like today. We do have a few chances of some pop-up showers, and move this out of the way. See? Pop-up showers and storms here, just a few. Most people staying dry. That'll be the story throughout the entire day today. So just keep an eye out for a little pop-up here and there, but most people, again, staying dry. We'll clear out throughout tonight. If we could go into early tomorrow morning, this is 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, you can see this band of some storms starting to move in to the area. And this will continue to be the case by 8 a.m. You can see those weaken a lot. You saw those reds as it was near Indianapolis, and as it moved in, a lot of those storms weakened, but we do still have a few heavier pockets here and there of some storms. You might wake up to some rumbles of thunder tomorrow morning because this is at 8 a.m. That'll continue to weaken as we get into 9:30. You can see a lot of people now dry and clear from those heavier pockets, and then by lunchtime, no rain. So really, we just got to get through the morning of some rain. You might run into a few showers here and there on the way to church tomorrow morning, but it's really not going to provide us any relief. We do have first alert weather days for Monday and Tuesday, and this is due to the heat index values 100 degrees or greater. So we're expecting to be really, really hot over the next couple of days here, and this is because of the humidity outside and the heat, mixing those two together. That's how we get our heat index. So by the afternoon hours on Monday and Tuesday between 1 and 3 p.m., that's when we'll really see these higher heat index values. So obviously our concern here is heat index values over 100 degrees. So that's really what we're looking like. I want to tell you guys just a little bit about what the heat index values are. I know we've dealt with this for quite a few weeks with those heat index values over 100 degrees here, but just one more time for good measure. Feels like temperature means that it's a measure of discomfort for an average person. So feels like temperature and heat index are used interchangeably in this sense. It's a combination of heat, which is our temperature in Fahrenheit, and the relative humidity. So how much humidity is in the air around us. You put those two together, and that's how we end up getting heat index values that are in the triple digits here. So when they're over 100 degrees, we do have that risk of heat-related illnesses, and that'll just increase dramatically the higher into that 100-degree range we get. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it's going to be like. This is just a model here. This is what we're expected to see based on this model. So by this afternoon, expect it to feel like 111 out there. You can see a lot of places feeling pretty similar around that 100-degree range. Some people, in the upper 90s, but still around very similar to what we'll be feeling. 110 on Sunday, 109 on Monday morning or Monday afternoon there, and then feeling like 115 on Tuesday. So we'll just continue to build in that heat and humidity over the next couple of days here. It's going to be a hot couple of days. Make sure you're drinking lots of water, taking breaks inside, getting in the air conditioning when needed here, because again, it's just going to be really hot and humid out there the next couple of days. Here's another way to look at it. I know we kind of went through those couple of days of heat index values pretty quickly here, so I wanted to show you a different view of what this would look like here. So this is what it's looking like for our feels like temperatures over the next 7 days. So for our Sunday, it's feeling like 110, 109 for Monday, 115 by Tuesday, and you can see we'll quickly dip off into the lower 90s, upper 80s by Wednesday here, and that's just due to a cold front that's passing by, and that's that relief we're really looking for here. So this kind of coincides here with our rain chances. You can see for the next couple of days, very low rain chances, not a lot of relief, just adding moisture to the air. But then as we get into Wednesday, this is when we see more of that scattered thunderstorms starting to come into the mix. So that's when that cold front passes through, and that's when we'll start to see a lot of the relief we need coming into the forecast here. So like I said, we have those heat index values around 100 degrees for this weekend, but they're going to be more 110 or above as we reach Monday and Tuesday. So let's go ahead and look at our Reds forecast for the day here. First pitch is at 6:40 tonight against the Milwaukee Brewers. So it's going to be hot and humid. Like I said, those heat index values pretty hot. There is a small chance of seeing a pop-up shower or storm, but it's very unlikely that those will impact the Great American Ballpark today. That first pitch is at 6:40. It's going to be 89 degrees there. Mostly cloudy skies, 84 by the 7th inning. And then by the end of the game, it'll be 79 degrees. So not much relief by the end of the game there, but pretty hot and humid. So we can take a look at our heat index values once again, just to really prove our point here of what we're feeling like in those triple digits. 110 on Sunday, 109 on Monday, 115 by Tuesday, and then a dramatic drop off there to feeling a whole lot better by Wednesday. So this has a lot to do with the amount of moisture in the air. So we really do look at our dew points to see what we're feeling like out there, to get that sense of humidity. So really, these are what our dew points look like. A couple places, Lebanon sitting at 77. That's because they are one of those agricultural hotspots there, so they're releasing a lot of moisture into the air from a lot of those crops that they have. The rest of our area is really looking at the low 70s. Really, that comfortable range for us to not feel very humid is between 50 and 60. So this right here is well above that 50 to 60 range, so it's definitely feeling hot and humid out there. We can see that on our muggy meter as well, so you can really get the full picture, see that comfortable range, like I said, between that 50 and 60. But we're not even in this muggy category anymore. We're in this humid, very humid, bordering on tropical in some places for parts of our area. So you can see very humid conditions for the next couple of days, but then as we reach Wednesday, when that cold front starts to make its way into our area and start to pass through, that's when we start to feel a little bit of some relief. So over the next couple of days, we'll be able to show you that dip in our humidity levels there. So let's go back, talk about today. 93 degrees our high temperature. By 11 a.m., so just in 30 minutes here, 84 degrees. We'll warm up into the upper 80s, low 90s for some areas by 1 p.m., 93 by 3 p.m. We'll start to dip back off, but again, not much relief overnight. At 11 p.m., feeling like 70, it's going to be 77 degrees, so still very hot throughout the day today. I know the heat index values will still be in those triple digits, so just be hyper aware of all your activities today. Go in the air conditioning when you can, take lots of breaks, drink water. I wanted to go into the tropics because I'll stop this because it's going through this little loop here, but I want to go ahead and talk about the tropics a little bit because we do have a Category 4 hurricane in the Atlantic right now. Now this is well off the coast. So you can see the coast of the east coast of the U.S. over to the west here. This is Erin. It has about 145 mile per hour winds, so a very strong Category 4 hurricane. This rapidly intensified overnight. 6 a.m. they upgraded this hurricane to a Category 4. Now, it'll continue to make its way through the Atlantic here. Now, if you have any vacation plans, you so happen to be going to the Leeward Islands, the Virgin Islands, or Puerto Rico, this will heavily affect some of the flooding that's going on there. Its track is not expected to make any impacts physically towards the land, but there will be some dangerous rip currents that are expected for the East Coast. So if you have any plans, to visit a beach on the East Coast, you might have some dangerous rip currents into early next week. So this is Erin. Just wanted to go into a brief overview of what it's looking like over the next couple of days. You can see it's getting downgraded to a Category 3 as we reach Tuesday into Wednesday there. So that's all we have to say. It's getting people are noticing its rapid intensification out in the Atlantic right now. It's, like I said, not really going to affect us all that much besides the rip currents, as long as if you're heading out to that East Coast there. So that's a little update on your tropics here. Let's go back and talk about some of the storms that we have tomorrow and then that first alert weather day, because that's all why we're on this call here, or on this live stream. Here is our severe storm risk. We're in that marginal risk there. 1 out of 5, everyone in this darker green color is in that risk for tomorrow. The lighter, more like mint green, or I guess it appears probably almost white to you guys, but that's that thunderstorm risk. So everyone's under some sort of risk for tomorrow, but this marginal risk is our 1 out of 5. That's what starts that severe weather category. And this is very isolated to our more northwest counties there, and that's just because the way the storms will be coming in to the area, they'll start to weaken as they get to more of the southeast. So this is what we're looking like. A few isolated showers and storms today. Most people staying dry throughout the entire day. We really won't see all that much. So let's go ahead and skip forward into Sunday morning. This is 5 a.m. Some heavier pockets of rain. This is over in Indianapolis. You can see we're starting to see some rain already there. And as we move into around 8:30, a lot of that's weakening. You saw those red colors indicating that heavier torrential downpours, almost in that flooding category. But then as they pushed to the south and east there, you can see they're starting to weaken, but still some stronger pockets of some rain. A lot of people will see rain going into tomorrow morning. Most of that will be moved out by around 10 a.m. and around lunchtime for sure. So looking dry for the rest of the day there, but we got to get through those early morning showers and storms. So like I said, looking mostly dry for the rest of the Sunday once we get through those showers. And for the beginning part of our Monday, also looking to stay dry. So that's good news for everyone out there. The bad news is it's not providing much relief at all from these triple-digit heat index values that we'll be seeing on Monday and Tuesday. So heat index values, like I said, over 100 degrees, hot and humid over the next couple of days. Excessive heat and humidity, like I said, we're seeing some of that heat and humidity today, bordering on triple-digit heat index values today and tomorrow, but it really won't be as excessive as it will be on Monday and Tuesday. So this is what that's looking like for just the afternoon hours. This is really concealed between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. And again, our concern with that is that heat index values over 100 degrees. So let's go ahead and talk about what this means for us. Heat index values and feels like temperatures are used interchangeably just because it's due to the level of discomfort of an average person here. And we use the temperature outside in Fahrenheit and the relative humidity to calculate our heat index values. And as we get more and more, as we get higher and higher heat index values, the risk of heat-related illnesses increases so dramatically. If you guys didn't know, heat is the #1 weather-related killer. So we definitely just need to make sure you're taking proper precautions, staying safe and cool, bringing a water bottle with you everywhere you go, staying in the shade, taking frequent breaks inside. So let's go through our projected heat index values here. 111 is what we're expected to feel like today. So really hot. I think we may be closer to that 100-degree mark, but still in the triple digits, still feeling very hot. That'll be the same story for our Sunday. Now we'll see kind of an uptick into Tuesday here. So again, same story for today, for tomorrow, for Monday. But then as we look at Tuesday, 115 is what we're expecting our feels like temperature to look like. It's going to be very hot and humid, especially as we move into Tuesday. So that's what we're looking like there. If you want to look at it in a little bit of a different format here, basically the same story. You can see 110, 109, 115 by Tuesday, and then a dramatic drop off into the lower 90s, which is such a good sign. So good to see that relief coming so quickly for us. That's due to a cold front that's passing through. We'll also have some very strong storms starting to move through on Wednesday. So this is just what we're looking like over the next couple of days here. Let's pull up our muggy meter so we can go ahead and show you guys how muggy it is. Obviously, I just went through those heat index values and we said that the humidity is in and the temperature is how we calculate those heat index values. So obviously, you know, we're going to be very humid, bordering on tropical for the next several days there. You can almost see the drop off here on Wednesday and Thursday, but we're not quite close enough to see those tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have a little bit of a better picture there. I'm going to go ahead and go to my 7-day here so I can show everyone the full story of what's going on over the next several days, and then we'll sign off here and everyone will have a great Saturday. So this is what we're looking like. There is a Reds game today and tomorrow. Very slim storm chance for Saturday. Sunday, this will be mostly confined to the early morning hours. But you can see we'll be in those low 90s, but feeling like the 100 degrees, feeling like 110 over the next several days. So first alert weather days for Monday and for Tuesday there. And then you can see dramatic drop off Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, feeling almost seasonable outside, but we do increase those storm chances Tuesday and Wednesday. So expect rainy conditions for the middle part of the week, but definitely more comfortable by the end of the week. So everyone has that to look forward to there. So this is just my update for this 10:15 live stream here. I'll be back here tomorrow, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your Saturday.